Yeah, I've done, I think this will be my fourth lecture with the AMP, and it's honestly, it's been great. I've enjoyed it so much because I've done a lot of talks over the years with different people, and I think with the AMP, the students really got engaged with it, and the energy and the questions. And when you're a speaker, it's fantastic when there's a real enthusiasm and interest. It doesn't always happen, so most of the time it does. But I really felt the enthusiasm by the practitioners for the subject, and obviously the thirst and knowledge for what is the incredible things going on in integrative cancer care. I thought it was great, and what I really wanted to get across was not only the research, the facts, the experience of how we can work with people, but to give students the confidence to do so, because we have so many, well-trained, intelligent people who can be very helpful to people with cancer in this area. And, the system tries to sort of put them off and scare them out of it. And it really, really shouldn't, because this is, we can prove this is the future of cancer care. Yeah, I, for many years ago, too many years ago now. My background is actually as an oncology nurse in the NHS for many years, and also did quite a lot of did a fair bit of palliative care as well. Come across people in all sorts of situations and encountering all sorts of problems. And my big issue at the time was people were trying to help themselves and trying to access information. This is I've been doing cancer options 20 years. That's a long time ago. And first of all, when they asked questions about nutrition, they asked questions about how they can look after themselves, I had no answers whatsoever. And then I found that the system was actually putting them off from looking for their own answers, and was actually belittling their efforts to do so. So I began to get very interested, and I was seeing the results of my patients who were actually integrating and doing diets and paying care to their lifestyle. I was actually seeing the benefits. So, it became to me that I kind of thought, well, maybe we're not the clever ones. And I started to research and worked with a lot of different people over the last 20 years, clinics around the world. And we've kind of, acted as a bit of a conduit for all the information coming in, to which, I've obviously got a great knowledge of cancer and different cancers and how they behave, and bringing the two together and how does that fit into intelligent, reasonable information that people can use.
Yeah.
So, yep, it's been quite an interesting journey. Right. Well, never as much as I'd like to. Give me 5 weeks and I might just about get there. What I would like to cover, first of all, is the physiology of cancer and how that behaves in the body generally, because that's very important. Because when you realize that the interaction between cancer and the body and the extracellular capsule is something that could be influenced by nutrition, by lifestyle, by mind-body things, then you realize that the person who's important or most important is not the doctors, it's the individual and their practitioners. So once you realize that, and the principles of inflammation, angiogenesis, chelation, and what drives cancer cells, how they evolve, how they manipulate the body, and how we're trying to outwit them, it gives you the basis for, okay, all other strategies come back to that. We'll then be touching on some degrees of chemotherapy, radiotherapy support, actual strategies the practitioners can use, the research supporting them. Hopefully get to look at cachexia, the wasting disease, which is one of my favorite subjects and something I've specialized in for a long time. And then look at hopefully 3 individual different types of cancer, probably ovarian, breast, something else, to outline the differences in them and how we'd approach each one. and hopefully get all that in to 2 hours. Sounds ridiculous as I say it. Okay. But that's the aim. That's the aim. But yeah, I think, I think to be able to give that platform and that confidence to sort of say, okay, we've got a real role to play here. Let's take, let's take an interest in this. Let's start working in this area. Is really what we want to get across.